Hello everyone, welcome back. So we are going to be jumping into something that was posted last night from Peter Monn, who's a fellow channel here on YouTube, and I absolutely adore Peter Monn, and just completely off the record between me and you, I've been having conversations with Peter Monn behind the scenes, and he's just such a lovely guy, really, really, really lovely, even more genuine behind the scenes than what he is in person, and I really, really, really like Peter. And he has been one of the people that has been so supportive of me behind the scenes. Whenever it has been coming to everything that's been going on, he has been checking in on, the standpoint of just caring. And I really appreciate that. And his videos on it have been really great. Really, really, really great. And he posted one last night that's in relation to the Vanity Fair article, which, by the way, if you're not aware of, the journalist who wrote the article, the Vanity Fair one, the awful smear BS on me. We have been reaching out, trying to give him or Vanity Fair an opportunity to say why they released such an article, and they didn't give me, the option to speak. And you know what he did? Chat, what did he do? What did he do? What did the journalist of this article do instead of responding to me asking why didn't he reach out to me? What did he do? Chat, let me... Yeah, he blocked me. Chugging down the tracks of Defamation Station. So we're going to get into this video that Peter uploaded last night. I think it's a really, really, really great video. I was actually blown away from this video last night. I really like Peter. I really like Peter's content. I normally really like Peter's takes, but this one was really, really, really good. And it showed me such a passionate side of Peter, and for him to speak so passionately about this topic, I really, there's people in chat that are like, we just watched, the video that he posted, really fucking amazing. Really, really, really good job. He makes a lot of points, that identify personally to him. And we're going to get to it, okay? So this is the video from Peter Monn last night. Please go over. I will pin it and link it. Go over and send some love. It's really, really, really great. And let's get into it. We're going to watch it on 1.75 speed because I cannot watch a YouTube video any slower than that. We watched Runkle's video yesterday, and it will be going on my YouTube channel as well.
Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. But, I see you because...
I'm YouTube famous now.
Available summer 2023, the album, Dad, Shimmy, yeah. Rock on, gold dust, woman. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good.
Not Peter Monn's drama class, no. This is Peter Monn's College of How to Read a Fool, and we're going to get to that in just a second, but I want to explain my t-shirt. First. This
Okay, people are saying it's too fast. That is true. I mean, we're talking about Peter Monn here.
It's part of the lesson, okay?
There we go. 1.5. There we go.
If you're here for drama class, this is not drama class, like I said. This is Peter Monn's College on How to Read a Fool, okay? We're going to talk about what seminar this is in just a second, but there are some things that you need, okay, for this seminar. First, you need some coffee, some iced coffee to, keep it going. Then you need reading glasses, okay? Because if you're going to read a fool, you need reading glasses. Now, I have 4 pairs of reading glasses because I'm going to really read a fool today, okay?
And read a fool he does. Read a fool he does.
And then you need something to keep your lips soft so that you can keep on talking, like a good lip gloss. This is not a good lip gloss, so we won't be using her, okay? We'll be using the Bubble Yum chapstick. I'm going to go in with this right now. Because I gotta go in with it real deep. Okay, hold on, because I gotta really read a fool today. Okay, so I'm going with
And he does.
Hold on a second. Alright, now
He's so real for that. Whenever I apply my thing, I go like this.
Ready?
People in the chat are like, I've watched this video and Peter goes off in it. It gave me goosebumps. It seriously, I would argue this is one of the best videos that has been posted about this entire topic yet.
For Drama College on How to Read a Fool. Like I said, before I get into this, so I want to explain my t-shirt, okay? Which says Harvard. No, I did not go to Harvard, okay? I didn't have the grades to get to Harvard. To get into Harvard, I barely graduated from high school, okay? But I did go on to get my undergraduate degree in English and my master's degree in social work. And no, I have never claimed to be a journalist like some of these people. And that's the point that I wanted to prove. Just because I wear a t-shirt that says Harvard doesn't make me, like, a student at Harvard or
The fact that this is his opening already, I'm wearing a shirt that says Harvard, doesn't mean I went to Harvard.
graduate of Harvard, it doesn't make me an alumni of Harvard, right? Just like calling yourself a journalist without doing the due research, okay, or without doing any kind of relevant research and actually discrediting yourself and selling your integrity so that you can get a little coin in your pocket or try to rise up in some fame, okay, through these articles that these fools keep on writing for magazines like Cosmopolitan and Vanity Fair, does not make you a journalist, okay?
Ooh! Damn it! Why didn't I think about wearing that damn shirt first? Why didn't I think about wearing that damn shirt first? My mom's texting me saying the video is too fast. The problem is, like myself, Peter loves long videos, and this is an hour, and I'm also going to be adding commentary, so if I put this at normal speed and also add commentary, this could go on for 4 hours. So, let's keep that in mind. Let's keep that in mind. People are saying 1.25. Okay, that's my limit. We can't do any less than that. But I think that, I'm like, damn it. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think about wearing a Harvard shirt and saying that me wearing it doesn't mean that... Damn it. Why didn't I think of that?
Just like me wearing this t-shirt does not make me a student or an alumni of Harvard, all right? So I just wanted to prove a point.
Shady.
Because these people calling themselves journalists and things like that is absolutely ridiculous, okay? And I'm going to get into that in a second. We're going to talk about the definition of journalism here in just a second. Because like I said, we're going to read a fool today, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to read a fool. Now, and we're going to talk about some tweets and some responses that I got here in just a second, okay? So that's how we're going to start. But back in the day, when I came out, when Peter Monn was 18 years old and I came out, okay, I was raised in the gay community by some shady-ass drag queens, okay? And they taught me how to stand up for myself. Somewhere along the way, I lost that, okay? Somewhere along the way, I lost how to stand up for myself.
Life happens.
Why. I didn't like to be confrontational. I didn't like to stir things up. I got afraid, and I was scared of what would happen, so I stopped standing up for myself. But this is a new era, okay? This is a new era of Peter Monn. This is the era where Peter Monn stands up for himself. So we're not taking any crap, all right? Now...
I'm so obsessed with the energy of this already. I'm so obsessed with the energy of this.
Last night, I put out several tweets, okay, on the Twitter. Hold on a second. I have so many receipts, you guys. I don't even know where to go to get into these receipts. I mean, I have so many receipts. Okay.
Oh, there come the glasses.
Really quick and find this. So last night, I was putting up all these tweets, right? And I got this response, and somebody said, and I told them I was going to use their tweet in this video. So fair warning, okay? Fair warning and fair use, because it's on a public platform. They said, hold on a second. I can't even remember what this was in response to. But I said something about, like, I'm going to come out tomorrow and I'm going to talk about this and blah, blah, blah. I had a lot to say last night. Should we just go through and read my tweets from last night? That would probably be an apropos place to start, right? Okay, so let's go through and read, 103 days until Halloween. That was my one from 12 hours ago. Okay, so let's go through here and read my tweets from last night. First of all, I said, those creative nonfiction seminars, referring to the author of this article about Coin Ballinger, the hit
Andrew Quintana.
Those creative nonfiction seminars.
Andrew Quintana, who still yet has to unblock me on social media. Who still yet has to unblock me. I don't think... Remember I told you I sent it in the journalist group chat that I'm a part of just, like, people I've, like, met over the years. They were all like, Vanity Fair will be shocked that a journalist would have done that. Because they were saying where, they all work, and they were like, if we ever wrote an article about someone in general, positive or negative, and blocked them without giving them a chance to speak, we would be in big trouble. Now, again, I don't know how Vanity Fair, again, they approved the article, but all I'm going to say is journalists are coming to me being like, the fact that he blocked you while writing an article that smears you and didn't give you a chance to respond before, after, or during, and then blocked you, is a really, really, really bad move. So.
Must have been expensive to sell your soul to the devil. P.S. Your expensive degree couldn't help you find synonyms for silly, so you used it twice. That's exactly what this article was. Silly and poorly researched. Vanity Fair, you should be ashamed. And then I put a definition of hit piece, which is a published article or post aiming to sway public opinion, especially by presenting false or biased information in a way that appears objective and truthful, which is exactly what this Vanity Fair article is in defense of Coin Ballinger. And I retweeted that, and I said, just so we don't forget exactly what's going on with all these hard-hitting, deep-dive investigative pieces of journalism. Also referring to the piece by Gabrielle Bluestone, okay, in the Cosmopolitan. Oh, what was her...
Remember that James Charles would like to be uncancelled. And I think that that's such a great point to think that both these articles came out on the same week. That James Charles would like to be uncancelled, please. Sorry, I forgot that there was a please. That article came out the same week that this Vanity Fair one.
response to that and all the criticism that she got, she hit all of her social media accounts and went running and hit hide. Okay?
Which is also what Andrew's doing now. They do these things and then they, like, fucking leave.
Even though she calls out people left and right in her books, in documentaries, and in her articles. Her response to that was to hide, okay? Just exactly like the author of this newest article in defense of Colin Ballinger. What was his response? To hide his social media accounts. Okay. So my next thing said, and this is I'm going to get to here in just a second, this was referring to a part where I said, regarding the Vanity Fair article, and this will be the last thing I say until my video tomorrow, which of course you know I can't shut my mouth, so it wasn't. I am just...
That's literally me. This is the last time I talk about this. Me the next day. Hi, muckers!
Disgusted that a journalist who is a member of the LGBTQ plus community compared the treatment of these allegations to similar allegations to the LGBT plus community is disgusting and negligent. And that is going to be a huge part of this video today. So then this person responds to me talking about these creative nonfiction seminars, right? And she says, I enjoy your content, Peter, but I have to disagree. Gosh, I'm just so happy that some journalists have a mind of their own and don't just print whatever is trending to get their revenue in.
But I think that you could argue that the only reason this journalist wrote such a, like, nasty article was so that it would stand out and get more clicks than if they had released an article telling the truth, because there's so many articles now that are telling the truth that no one's really reading any more articles about this topic because they've already garnered their own opinion. So if you write an article that's so out there, then you're going to be guaranteed to get clicks. So it seems like a very planned thing. And Peter goes on to talk about the fact that this journalist, and I am going to start saying journalist, this journalist is someone who has frequently, we'll let Peter say it, but apparently frequently writes articles on the contrary to popular opinion to be a little bit controversial. But we'll let Peter do that because Peter did the digging, not me. Because again, I'm blocked. Thanks, Andrew.
Actually did research and formed their own opinion. It's amazing. Okay, this article about Colleen Ballinger and Adam McIntyre, which they never reached out to Adam McIntyre for a comment, but they did reach out to Colleen Ballinger, is misleading, poorly researched, and has left out so many pertinent pieces of information that it is coercive to the reader, okay? So no, it is a hit piece, is what it is, in defense of Colleen Ballinger and trying to make Adam McIntyre look like an absolute fool and a stalker. Okay?
Yes, that's the point of the article. The point of the article is to paint me as a stalker, which means that if anyone was to believe me, they'd be like, oh, but he's a stalker, so why would we believe him? That's the angle of the article. But Andrew Quintana, it's not working. It's not working. Like, everyone has made their own opinion on this topic by doing their own research. Boo, bonk.
Okay? So you want to sit here and you want to defend this and say, I'm just so gosh darn happy, okay? And I love your content, which they never followed me. I looked. They had never followed me. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting, right? Okay, so I retweeted their share, and I said, I'll be using your tweet tomorrow when I prove they did not do their due research as a journalist and left out pivotal parts of the story to coerce the narrative. Research journalism based on facts are not opinion pieces. The National Enquirer does better research on aliens. Okay, I wish somebody out there accused me of being hostile in my tweet.
Oh, people on Twitter love that. People on Twitter love poking and prodding you, and then whenever you respond, they go, whoa, 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 whoa. And you're like, motherfucker, you just provoked me.
Which was fantastic, because let me just tell you, after that, when people said Peter's not being hostile, I don't know where the hostility is in his tweet, she literally got hostile with literally was like, you're not in this, why are you talking to me, I didn't ask for your opinion. I mean, she got so nasty and so hostile, to then have the audacity to call me hostile? Are you kidding me? This is why I just retweet Halloween and Christmas stuff, okay? But I will say, since I've been a little bit more vocal on Twitter, I've gotten a lot more followers, so I just want to say thank you. Maybe I can come out and just state my opinion and be a little bit more vocal on Twitter. I don't know, okay? So then this person that said that, gosh darn, I'm just so happy that this person didn't take money, which they did. Do you think this person wrote this article for Vanity Fair and didn't get paid for it? Okay, then they said I was mocking them, all right? They said I was mocking them by posting this where I was going to share their tweet and a video. No, I was just giving you a due warning, sweetheart, so that you could do whatever you wanted to do to your Twitter, which you didn't do, okay? Because now you look like an absolute fool. So I said, after that, let's get everyone talking about this article so we deflect off the important stories. Okay, nice PR move. I think all the people affected by her should come out again and reshare their stories from the beginning so they don't get lost in all this nonsense. Because to me, all this
because again, keep in mind the article was like, there's almost too many allegations about Colleen Ballinger that it's really hard to keep track of them. And we're like, no, we have been for a long time. You're choosing to say that. Like, they were like, it's so you know, hello, allegations are so hard to keep track of and no one knows what the truth is. Motherfucker, we know.
crap that Colleen Ballinger is doing by having her attorneys address certain things because they can't come out and address the allegations, or they won't. So they address the things they can address, and having these articles written and all this kind of stuff is all deflection tactics to keep the story away from the victim's allegations. Okay, so y'all need to keep on.
And here's the thing as well, you know, it's working. Like, this full thing of getting people's attention away from allegations against Colleen because we're now focusing on the Vanity Fair, that's true. However, say I in the chat if you can multitask. I can multitask. I can remember the allegations, and I can also call you out for this article. And look at that. We can multitask. Don't worry.
Sharing your stories. I just keep a thread going, sharing your stories from the beginning to the end, over and over and over and over again, okay? Because Colleen Ballinger is in the court of public opinion, and she needs to stay there. This needs to be a very long trial of court of public opinion. So then, because this gal came out and accused me of mocking people, which, by the way, at that point, I had already gone in and I had looked at her Twitter, where she had reshared and retweeted all these things about how Colleen Ballinger's ukulele video ate, and that she didn't understand why all these people were coming out when this was addressed 3 years ago, and why all these people were coming out against Colleen Ballinger. It was all just for coin and clout. She is obviously a Colleen Ballinger sympathizer. No, you're not somebody that...
Boo!
Likes my channel, because if you did, you wouldn't like the things that I have to say about Colleen Ballinger, which is...
And this is such a good point that Peter brings up, where these people who are like active fans of Colleen or something like that will be like, I was a fan of you until you turned like this. So for Peter, they're like, I was a fan of you until you started talking about this. And then, you know, as the content creator like Peter, you can be like, okay, well, my content doesn't align with your opinions, so there's no way that you were watching it. So you're just trying to use that argument to make yourself seem more credible. Like, oh, a fan turns against me. But like, you've been talking shit about my content for ages.
Obviously, why you're so in defense of this article that was so poorly written that nobody in the world except for you and other Colleen Ballinger sympathizers think is good because it defends her, okay? So you actually discredit this article by your huge thread of being a Colleen Ballinger sympathizer because...
I imagine Peter's neighbors, whenever he's sitting on his porch filming this, are like this. Yup. Uh-huh. Speak on it.
You're one of the only people that likes this article. And the reason why I'm bringing this up and I'm calling you out is because you are the one that led the whole thing of calling me a mockery. And this is the problem, right? Is that people like you want to discredit people like me from getting in a video and telling the truth by diminishing what I'm saying and calling me, saying that I'm mocking you. I never mocked you, okay? Which you validated for me when I said, where am I mocking you? And you go, okay, maybe that was a stretch. I apologize. And I thanked you for the compliment of saying that you would watch my videos for years, which I don't believe. So I said on here, I said, do not accuse me of mocking you when I am sharing my...
They accuse you of things when they're trying to like defend people who are in the wrong, right? And then you be like, okay, show me where I did what you are accusing me of. They either go silent, they block you, or they go, well, sorry, maybe I overstepped my boundary.
Opinion about something I feel passionate about. Especially when a quick glance at your Twitter shows you're a Colleen sympathizer. This is my standing up for myself era, and I'm not going to let narratives run that aren't true. That shit is...
This is Peter Monn's reputation era. Look what you made him do. Look what you just made him do. Look what you just made him do.
Over, okay? Those days of Peter Monn letting stuff fly is done, okay? I'm going to be addressing stuff from now on. So let's just make that very, very clear. Okay, whether it's trolls and haters, or whether it's opinions out there that don't align with what I've said, or whether it's people out there that are telling untruths on Peter Monn will be standing up for himself.
Word.
Done, okay?
Word.
So don't get it twisted. Now let's get into my video. Are you ready? Okay. Woo!
That was the intro.
It's hot potatoes. I did not think I was going to get so heated already in this video. Okay, so now you know I have many, many notes. This is going to be a long video.
Oh my God.
Okay, strap yourself in. Like I said, welcome to the Peter Monn College. And I'm just going to read these because I worked so hard writing up. Okay, welcome to the Peter Monn College of How to Read a Fool. Today's seminar, referring to this person that just graduated, the journalist, writer, essayist, who just graduated in 2023 from the Bennington College of Creative Nonfiction Seminar.
Reverse. Again, I said this yesterday. There's very little I can say on the article right now because things are going to be proceeding behind the scenes. But all I am going to say on this is, oh my God. Is it true that this journalist just graduated this year? So, let me tell you something. I have a journalism degree. That's what I studied in school, media and journalism. We did half media, half journalism, right? In under God, like me and this journalist, by the way, he's like 23 or something like that. I don't know what age he is. He's close in age to me, right? I'm 20. And so we're close in age. So we would have, so say the year that I graduated, which was 2020. In under God, would I have been able to have published a huge smear article with the backing of Vanity Fair in the same year that I graduated. So, something's not adding up. I won't go any further than that, but something's not adding up. That allegedly, from what we're hearing with Peter, this person graduated in 2023, and in the same year that they graduated, they have a huge article in Vanity Fair that's a takedown of someone. I don't know. Doesn't seems very weird.
And is now writing articles the same year he graduated for Vanity Fair magazine. Wonder what end he's got at that magazine. Think he knows somebody? It might be his his husband that hobnobs with celebrities in Los Angeles. His words, not mine, because we're going to talk about that in just a second. But anyway, he obviously has some end to be a recent graduate, working on his master's degree, already having published articles in Vanity Fair. Are you kidding me? So he obviously has some end. But we're going to talk about his articles in a second, because I read all of them. So anyway, today's seminar is called How to Read a Journalist to Filth, who didn't do their due research and wrote a misleading article for assuming, what I'm assuming is large sums of money to discredit victims and defend a predator. I hope it was worth selling out your integrity. Okay?
Oh. No comment.
That's the title of today's seminar. Welcome to class. Do you have your reading glasses ready? Okay, do you have your coffee? Have you put your chapstick on? I think I need some more, because this is going to be a read, okay, today? So, and let me...
That big-ass chapstick.
Just tell you, this is a video that I typically would address very seriously, and there will be some serious pieces in this video, but because your article was so silly and ridiculous, I am also going to address it in a silly and ridiculous manner, especially since you chose to use the word silly, minimizing the allegations of these victim stories. You use the word silly twice in your article, and that's what your article was. Silly, ridiculous, misleading, and coercive, okay? I'm so over all these people coming out there.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
I'm saying they're journalists and they're writers and they're not even doing their job, okay? So anyway, the one question I want to say is, I got a few people in my tweets, yesterday that they were defending Colleen Ballinger and saying that, like all these people coming out and saying that she's not a groomer, she's not a predator, she's not this, she's not that. Okay, well, and Colleen...
Cause, chap, she's not a groomer, she's just she's not a groomer, she's just I'm not a groomer, I'm just a loser who didn't understand I shouldn't talk to fans, and I'm not a predator, even though a lot of you think so, because 5 years ago, I made a fart joke.
Colleen Ballinger even said in her own video, I'm not a groomer, I'm just a loser. The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats, which sounds freaky at best. Okay. But...
Jesus. Oh my god. Sheesh, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
But since she came out and she said that, and she's just a loser, she's not a groomer, and this is commentary on a video that she did, so this is fair use, just so you know. Okay, and I'm quoting her. So since she came out and said, I'm not a groomer, I'm just a loser, then what does Colleen Ballinger have to lose by coming out and addressing this? If that's true, and her attorneys know that to be true, and they don't have anything to be afraid of, and these allegations can't be substantiated, and she's just a loser. She's not a groomer. She's not a predator. There's no seriousness, no profound evidence, which there is factual evidence to the contrary, that she isn't these things. Then why doesn't she come out and address it? To all you people out there that want to defend Colleen Ballinger...
Yes! If you're not a groomer, just a loser... And under God, if I thought that I was just a loser, not a groomer, I would be defending myself 2 months ago when this came out. Or 3 years ago when it originally did.
Continue to stand by her and say that you know who she is as a person. Who is she as a person? Is she somebody that comes out and addresses things? She came out and addressed this 3 to 4 years ago. Why isn't she addressing it now? Because she can she? Right? Because she's not just a loser. She's these other things. And you guys need to look up these words. I did extensive research on online grooming, online predatory behavior, the warning signs, the symptoms to look for, and the things that they ask for, and how they do it. And when you look at the victim stories, many of the victim stories align.
And by the way, you know the way the article likes to point this all on me? McIntyre started this. McIntyre started this. McIntyre. All these different things. Let's not erase how many people have spoken up here. Oh, can I show you something? 5 years ago, I made a fart joke. I need to show you something. Okay. This was sent to me online, and I think it perfectly shows the relationship that Colleen built with her fans. So, context is that these two people were Colleen's superfans who lived in London. And when Colleen would come and do shows in London, the same way with like going to the Waxwork Museum with me, she did it to them. I just want to show you this clip to show you how they acted around their fans.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. And it was from the heart.
So I can only assume that this is Colleen and Josh's hotel room in London, or possibly the place that these people are staying in.
We're filming.
I know. So awkward.
Still filming.
Bye.
Is that a secret on the...
We're in Nando's.
Wait.
Colleen and Jack. With Joshua.
Okay, yeah, just wait.
They've gone to order the food, so they would. Yeah. I'm explaining. It's the best day of my life. I'm not even joking.
Literally, I have had the best day of my whole entire life, and I couldn't ask for a better day.
I know.
Spent with my idols, and I freaking love them both so much.
So do I.
Here's for a good meal. Cheers. You meant to snap?
Just wait.
No, you're so close to my face. I feel uncomfortable.
First of all, that's how her kids will speak to her in a couple of years. You're too close to my face, mommy, with the camera. I'm uncomfortable.
Sorry, no. Her told me that I look different in person, uglier. She said I did not say you look uglier. Oh my goodness. Are you just filming me? Yeah. I'm uncomfortable with this.
That's what her kids will say. Why are you just filming me? I'm so uncomfortable with this.
I didn't. You know what I did? Peed, you know when you...
And you farted as well.
I was just like, let the parts...
That is a poo. That's not a... Oh my gosh.
Think about if a turd actually came out, how bad that would be.
I can sing something in here. Oh my god. It's got a hole in the stupid thing. It's gonna waft through. I'm filming. I actually recorded that.
You recorded that? No! That was...
I'm too sexy for my love.
Oh, sorry. This is copyrighted music. Jesus, my YouTube kicked in there. Bonnie's snorting. So.
I love you too. I just wanted to say hi and miss you. You're doing well.
What are you doing?
Ooh.
What? That is blue tack.
It's okay. I know you love me and I love you. So.
Who is she talking to in the phone, by the way? She's like, I love you. I know you love me. Is she talking to another fan on the phone? Wow, double kill in this clip.
What are you doing right now?
I'm just filming you.
Is this like a vlog?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
this a vlog right now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm like.
Hey, what's up, internet?
All right. And then, so then we're at the show and we go backstage again. And then after... I just wanted to show that.
With those definitions. So do I think that Colleen Ballinger is afraid? Yes, I do think she's afraid. That's why she's not coming out and addressing it. But she's got you guys there to protect her and say, she's just a loser, okay? Well, why are you following a loser, okay? When I got sober, they told me to stick with the winners. I don't stick with the losers, and neither should you. And Colleen Ballinger's a self-proclaimed loser. At the minimum, okay? She's a self-proclaimed loser. So why are you defending somebody that came out and said that in this piss poor video? I'm like so over these people defending Colleen Ballinger. Oh, I loved you for so long. I know who you are. No, you don't. You don't know her. No, not at all. You don't know her. Okay, so now let's get this Vanity Fair article. Now I have to tell you, I was mightily depressed about this article, okay? For many reasons. Not to mention that it was painting a picture of Adam McIntyre that's absolutely untrue and
Thank you.
to some degree defaming him.
Yep.
And
Thank you.
And I also felt that it was improper use of research to reach out to Colleen Ballinger and not reach out to Adam McIntyre or Johnny or Becky or Oliver or any more of the hundreds of victims that have come out and spoken against Colleen Ballinger. It was inappropriate to...
Like, it was such a cheap shot putting all of the energy on me and trying to diminish me. Whereas there's so many people that are speaking up with similar stories. Even if we just focus on, like, the experiences of Johnny, right? I'm not taking anything away from anyone else, but I'm saying that there's so many things that if you had included that Johnny also said the exact same things, that's two people with the same story. You know what I mean? You know, whereas, you know, with Becky, I was not on stage with my leg spread. Johnny wasn't on stage with his leg spread. Or, you know, Oliver, Trent wasn't messaging us like that. But, like, if I just speak personally with Johnny, so many of our stories link up. So why did you not include him in the article and just focused on me?
Not quote or talk about any of the messages that were in the that have been shown about where Colleen Ballinger comes out and asks somebody about their first period or if they're a virgin or their stage, favorite sexual position and on and on and on. Okay, in a serious manner, not a joking manner. She was asking these things in a serious manner. The one thing that he does address in there is that a sex worker allegedly took
And that as well. Diminishing Trisha Paytas's name as sex worker is so crazy because that sex worker went on the record denouncing Colleen. That wasn't included in the article. That sex worker went on the record saying that Colleen was talking to her about the conversations of the nudes happening. That wasn't included. Why? I know why.
He uses the word allegedly so many times in this video or this article to cover his ASS. It's unbelievable. But apparently she took pictures from allegedly a sex worker to send to minors, allegedly, a sex worker. Oh, are you talking about Trisha Paytas, for good Judy, that she had a podcast with that you didn't even reference in this? Trisha Paytas that she's done many videos with. Trisha Paytas that came out and spoke against Colleen Ballinger.
Yep.
Are you talking about her, or are you just talking about some random sex worker? Because from your article, and you also referenced the whole James and Tati situation, and your husband...
Which, by the way, bringing up the James and Tati situation was a way of being like, look, Tati was in the wrong, so Adam's in the wrong. Fuck off, Andrew.
Somebody that follows pop culture very closely and hubnubs with celebrities in California, so you know the players, okay? So
I did not know that about his husband. I did not know that... Peter has really dived in here. I did not know that his husband was one of the... friends of people in celebrities or Hollywood or something like that. Also... If you had my love and I gave you my love, would you come for me? Tell me, baby. And if somehow you knew that love would be would you lie to me?
Hello, I'm Colleen Ballinger, and these are the stories behind my Instagram.
Colleen Ballinger working with Vanity Fair in the past? Oh my goodness. I am so gobsmacked. I am so gobsmacked. What do you mean?
Be embarrassing for
what
me,
do you mean?
The story behind this is
Colleen Ballinger working with Vanity Fair 5 years ago?
I don't know why I thought I shouldn't
I
wear
am
pants.
so...
I don't know.
What does
I hate
this
myself.
mean?
If you hate... Thank you. This experience, diving into my old Instagrams, has been horrible and made me hate myself. So thank you for letting me do this today. I'm just kidding. It just made me realize how horrible I am at Instagram themes. I feel like if anyone else did this, it would be like beautiful, and mine are like grainy photos that I overfit.
Colleen Ballinger having worked with Vanity Fair?
You can't say Trisha Paytas' name in an article. What are you afraid of, okay? To give it validity, because Trisha Paytas has now come out and spoken against her.
True.
So you say sex worker, which is misleading, okay? She is. She's a self-proclaimed sex worker. But that's not all Trisha Paytas is, and let's not minimize her to that, right? Like, that's not fair. And that's not fair to the story, because Trisha Paytas came out, and she did a video distancing herself from Colleen Ballinger, okay? Which you don't even mention in your article.
If you had my love and I gave you all my trust, would you lie to me? Tell me, baby. And if somehow you knew... Miranda Sings also working with Vanity Fair?
Hello everyone, I'm Miranda Sings. and I have Tiffany's phone here. Thank you so much. And I'm going to go through her Tinder profile and get her a bae.
Oh my goodness. Both Colleen Ballinger and her character, Miranda Sings, having worked with Vanity Fair in the past. I am so gobsmacked.
You just reduce her to a sex worker, which to me, I have to tell you, is really, really sick. And it's kind of to some degree misogynistic, okay?
Yep.
Your article is so problematic. And you want to talk about, you use the LGBT community to your defense in this article. And I just want to say, and I'm going to read you for that in a second because I take huge issues with what you did in this article with that. But you are also when you want to just minimize these people and their stories and Trisha Paytas and Adam McIntyre and all these people, okay? And I'm not defending Trisha Paytas, okay, at all. I've said in many videos that she needs to come out and address her past. But in this context, okay, and context is important, to just say a sex worker and not talk about her past or that she had a podcast with Colleen Ballinger or done multiple videos with Colleen Ballinger and been friendly with her for years, and Trisha Paytas considered her a friend, and then Trisha Paytas distanced herself to not even include that huge piece.
And isn't it funny that Trisha said in her video that the reason she was making her video was because news publications kept reaching out to her? So why didn't Vanity Fair reach out to Trisha? Every other news site did.
Information in your article is negligent and misleading. It's a coercive piece in defense of Colleen Ballinger. You minimized it greatly, okay? I'm so over these so-called journalists and writers not doing their job, right?
Speak on it.
Okay, so where am I at in this article or these notes? My history of Vanity Fair. So I was kind of sad about this, okay? Obviously, because it's just a hit piece, is what it is, and it's disgusting, and it's a defense piece in defense of Colleen Ballinger. It's so obvious, right? I mean, it's just exactly like this Gabrielle Bluestone from Cosmopolitan, her piece about James Charles. It's a defense piece, okay? It's a comeback piece. So James Charles can sell his ridiculous brand of makeup that he didn't even come up with his own, okay? That somebody else gave him the idea, and it's been done 20 times. But that was what that article was an attempt to do, okay? Was to reinvigorate his career. And this piece is a piece to defend Colleen Ballinger. So it's disgusting. And I just want to say this, because I'm going to reference legality at the end of this video, because, and I'm going to say some things that aren't popular. But Colleen Ballinger, if you're afraid of people coming out for you and filing police reports or suing you, articles like this are doing you no justice. These are the kind of articles that are going to push people in the direction of coming for you, okay? When you could take the higher road. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video. We're going to get very real, and I'm going to say some very real things that probably people aren't going to like, okay? But that's okay, because it needs to be discussed. So anyway, when I was growing up as a kid, my mother loved Vanity Fair magazine. She had all the articles. It was known as a literary magazine. It had, extensive research articles, and it was a fantastic magazine. When I saw this piece come out, I was like, I used to think of you as a classy magazine, okay? That I would see on beautiful tables and things like that. You are low class, okay? Vanity Fair, you are low class. And the fact that you still have this tweeted out on your Twitter, and that I just looked, and you still have it up on your website is disgusting. You need to retract and take this article down. I said it about the Cosmopolitan article, and I'm saying it about you. You need to take this article down. It is poorly researched. It's an opinion-based article that doesn't say that it's an opinion-based article, and it's just...
I think that's such a good point that Peter makes. Okay, so say Andrew Quintana wanted to do a, anti-popular opinion article that was 100% opinion-based. And it was what he had said against me, right? If he had said, this is an opinion-based article, I couldn't have said shit. You know what I mean? Okay, it's his opinion. But when you're having this in Vanity Fair as, factual media mainstream news, that's when it is really, really, really shit is going to get bad for you to lie on people in that kind of format.
Disgusting, okay? Not to mention that this author in there that wrote for you has written other articles. I don't know if he came up with the title or if you came up with the title, because people say that the magazines come up with the title. Okay, well, whoever's coming up with these titles is doing a piss-ass job. You need to fire the title person, okay? Not to mention, I wouldn't let an article that I wrote go out with titles like these on there. He wrote an entire article about Olivia Colman, one of my favorite actresses of life, and about Great Expectations. He never once in the article mentioned Olivia Colman. He never once mentioned any actor from Great Expectations. But the article is titled, hold on a second, let me get it for you. I have it pulled up right here.
I absolutely am obsessed with the fact that Peter did so much research for this video and is just reading the fucking journalist to the fucking filth. Because I can't do that right now. So watching other people do it, I'm like, okay.
The article is titled, We Expected More from Olivia Colman's Great Expectations. She wasn't a producer on it. She wasn't a writer. She wasn't an executive producer. She was literally an actress in it. And you don't even mention the fact that what she played. If you read the article, you wouldn't even know what part Olivia Colman played in the article. You didn't even do your research. I don't even believe you watched the show. And this was yet another one of his articles that he's so proud about that he wrote, okay? No, what I realized by reading his articles, the Colleen Ballinger article, the Olivia Colman article, this How Will Succession End, and this play review, and I read them all, what I realized about this author is that his whole motive is going for the opposing point of view. So if everybody out there is coming for Colleen Ballinger, I'm going to take the opposing point of view and say, well, like he says about great expectations, well, that's what you get with expectations at the end of the article, something like that. Like, that's the thing. He wants to be like this, like, Ernest Hemingway of research journalism. Well, you're not, okay? You're not at all. And it's disgusting, okay?
Which, again, is the point that I made at the start of this video, which is if you're so late on covering something, no one's really going to click your article because everyone's already read about the topic. However, if you're late to the topic and have such a fucking ridiculous point of view, people are still going to click and talk about your article. I believe that that's what's happened here.
Okay, so what he does is, if there's a popular opinion, like if you go look at any other article out there about Olivia Colman and Great Expectations, the reviews are phenomenal.
I'm also seeing a lot of people say that they believe in their opinions that, you know, this wasn't the lawyers paying it off, that actually this person is just a fan of Colleen and reached out to Colleen and Colleen's team, and that's where it came from as well. There's a lot of opinions floating around the internet right now.
He takes the opposing point to that, right, and says that she did a shit job, and the TV show is horrible, right? He takes...
Andrew Quintana. I have someone that you may be interested in becoming friends with. Their name, Cody Tyler.
The opposing point of that, because then that's going to drag more attention, which is exactly what he did with this Colleen Ballinger thing, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, okay? So anyway, I want to get in here, and I want to read to you, I don't know how I'm going to keep up all of these receipts, in all honesty, but I want to read for you, if I can find it, the definition of journalism. Hold on here for a second. You're going to have to bear with me while I go through all of these.
This motherfucker's pulling up definitions and stuff. Oh, I do not want to cross him.
I mean, I have so many receipts from this last night. Oh, there's Jeffree Star and his new hairdo. We'll talk about that in another video. Okay, what is a simple definition of journalism? Journalism is the practice of gathering, recording, verifying, and reporting on information of public importance. Though these general duties have been historically consistent, the particulars of the journalistic process have evolved as the ways information is collected, disseminated, and consumed have changed, okay? So there's that. But I also want to read to you the mission statement from Vanity Fair magazine, okay, where it talks about...
Peter is like destructing everything to do with like why this article doesn't make sense for them, and he's the only person I've seen do this, and I think that this is just such an incredible take, an incredible video with so much research behind it. This video is really, really, really good. He's pulling up like Vanity Fair's like statement piece on what they say their articles are going to do, and it's going to make the point that that's not what the article does, and it's like,
about journalism. About our mission at Vanity Fair is to capture the zeitgeist and meet our readers at all intersections of power and influence, from Wall Street to Washington, Silicon Valley to Hollywood and beyond. In an age where these worlds have become so closely intertwined, we believe that journalism, not essay writing, okay, journalism, that breaks through the noise and makes a difference is more critical than ever. You're absolutely right, it is. When done correctly, and you did.
Oh!
Okay? We pursue this work by telling great stories, creating indelible images, and leading the culture forward. Hold on a second. Vanity Fair features in-depth reporting, gripping narratives, and world-class photography, plus heaping doses of Oscar blogging, royal watching, and assorted guilty pleasures. You should have given this guy the job that's obsessed with celebrity. You should have given him the job of covering the Oscars instead of writing about something important like victims of Colleen Ballinger, because he really missed the mark. Okay? And since you...
I think that's a great point. You know what I mean? Like, why did this specific journalist write an article that he so clearly is unqualified to write? If you love your celebrity gossip, great. Go to the Barbie premiere. You'll get a great story. Don't fucking lie on our stuff.
Want to refer to yourself as hard-hitting journalism and in-depth reporting, you need to take this article down because it doesn't meet your mission statement, and I just proved it, okay? Every month the magazine commissions the best writers who are straight out of college and working on their master's degrees and have never written for another article before, another magazine before.
Ooh! Damn! Peter is just saying exactly what I'm thinking. Exactly what I'm thinking.
The best writers and photographers to explain the pressing issues of the day and take the pulse of the culture. Now, you didn't take the pulse of the culture at all. Had you taken the pulse of the culture, you would have read the tweets and the multiple, countless, thousands of people that are in support of the victims, but you didn't do that. You shamed the victim, okay? It was a victim-shaming article. Vanity Fair consistently delivers crucial reports.
And just me! Like, victim shamed. Not even victim shaming. Victim shamed. One person. Why is it all on my shoulders? Cody started this. Track them. If you want to do that, I'll help you with it.
40. No, you didn't. On business and finance, domestic politics, and world affairs, even as it covers the very best in arts and entertainment. What a joke. You are a joke of a magazine, Vanity Fair, and I will never buy another issue of your magazine ever again. Disgusting. You are absolutely disgusting. I don't know why you haven't taken this article down yet, okay? From a 23-year-old writer that is only written from you. What's his connection to Vanity Fair that you're so protective of, okay? That you give him a piece that is this important to write. Let me get back to my notes.
No comment.
So over it. So now let's go to his bio, okay? So his bio says, this is Andrew Quintana. Hold on a second. Let me get to his...
I'm at the McDonald's drive-thru and the cashier just said, "Is Adam live right now?" Did they hear the video?
A little picture of Boo Radley, and Boo Radley's so cute. Hold on a second. He's so cute, isn't he? Send that picture to his dad. Okay, so let's get to the bio for the journalist that wrote, the writer who wrote this article. His name is Andrew Quintana. Hold on just a second. Let me get, where does his bio?
Boo! Boo! Andrew Quintana, boo!
All these tweets from, or all these Instagram stories, Matt McIntyre, all the true crime documentaries that I want to watch. Hold on just a second. Too many receipts. Oh, wait a second. An article that I read, everything you need to know about online grooming. You can read these articles too. This is from the Innocent Lives Foundation. I would say the majority of which Colleen Ballinger engaged in. So, just saying, you can do your research too. It's not just me. Google is an exciting instrument to use. Why can I not get to this dude's bio? I had it all pulled up and everything. Hold on just a second. Okay.
Yeah, people are talking about the journalist's age. So he's 23, I think, or like early 20s. And whenever I was talking to fellow journalists who are similar ages, they were all saying things along the lines of like, normally if something like this happened, like if an article this out of touch and this bad happened, like a lot of people would be like, oh, you know, the person is too old to understand social media, or too old to like find the receipts, or too old to like, you know, whenever you're 23, like you at 23, you understand the online world. You understand Reddit. You understand Twitter. You understand Google. You're not like an 80-year-old journalist. You know what I mean?
I think I'm coming to it. Andrew Quintana graduated from the Bennington Writing Seminars in 2023 with a degree in creative nonfiction. His work has appeared in Vanity Fair. He is an educator and aspiring personal essayist and resides in Los Angeles with his husband and a schnauzer whose name I will not say. Okay. So I went in and I wanted to know what creative nonfiction was, since that's what he got a seminar in from Bennington College.
Schnauzer, is that like a dog? The Schnauzer dog? Or is... Yeah? Is that what Peter meant there? I want to hear the dog's name! Peter! That's the part I would care most about! Can we stop generalizing people's awareness based on people's age? But that's a valid point I made. That's a valid point. We're not talking about an 80-year-old journalist here who doesn't necessarily know how to work social media. A 23-year-old does. That's not ageist to say. I'm sorry. That is a valid point. This is not a journalist who worked in old media, who strictly works off of magazines like a lot of old journalists used to do. Old journalists being people who have been in the industry for a long time. A 23-year-old knows exactly how to keep up with everything. I think that's a valid point to say, and that's not ageist. I'm sorry. I was agreeing with you. That's my point as well. Oh, sorry. Because I have got criticism for that in the past, and I've just, like, I always get so defensive whenever people say that, because I'm like, no, that's not my point. My point is, like, thing. But thank you.
A well-renowned writing college, okay?
To again, say this person wasn't coming for me. They were agreeing with the point.
In short, creative nonfiction is a form of storytelling that employs the creative writing techniques of literature, such as poetry and fiction, to retell a story. Creative nonfiction writers don't just share pithy anecdotes. They use craft and technique to situate the reader.
I want to know the Schneizer's name. What was the Schneizer's name?
Into their own personal lives. So basically what he's doing is, okay, he's painting a narrative and a picture of using creativity, not just to...
The dog's called Keats? That is such a cute name. That is a really cute name. The dog's name is Keats. That is a cute name. Keats? That's a cute name.
Write a journalistic piece, okay? So it's like when you read a true crime novel, because I have a true crime book club, with my good duty Mel. Hey Mel, how are you? Called a True Crime Book Club. You can join it. It's linked below. And one of our issues of criticism, number one, is when our main issue of criticism in reading one of the books is if they do not pay homage to the victim and they only give credit and talk about the killer. Okay, that's one of the main things that we talk about. That the victim needs to be highlighted in any situation. Okay, that's what, and you can go back and fact check that for the last 2 to 3 years that we've had the book club. The number 2 thing, okay, that we talk about is that there should never be any creativity in talking about a true crime story. Okay, none whatsoever. That there should not be any creativity given to the story. Okay, which is why I took great issue when I was watching somebody that I loved.
Wow, that's such a good point. Like, when you're covering such serious accusations, this is not the time for you to be doing a little bit of an interpretive dance. I have not thought about that. That is a great point. Andrew deleted his Instagram. Has he now? Or has he blocked you? Has he officially deleted it now? If he's deleted it, it means that he'll use the excuse, I didn't block you, I deleted my account. Don't worry, I have proof that you blocked me. Has he blocked or deleted? Chat, can we fact check? Check. No, it's still up. Oh, so you were blocked as well? Hey, welcome to the club. Welcome. So he's actively blocking people that are asking him to fix the article. Noted.
On YouTube that was talking about the
Mom,
Shanann
write
Watts
that
case,
one down.
and they said, oh, Shanann Watts had this job probably because you cannot say those kinds of things and when you are covering a story as serious as the Chris and Shanann Watts case or the Colleen Ballinger situation, which no, I'm not comparing those cases, okay, but I'm talking about the seriousness of those kinds of situations. You cannot say, get.
Rochelle said, yup, he got me. Wow. Allegedly, Andrew's blocking my sweet babies, the muckers.
Best work at why she got a job doing such and such, okay? You cannot do that. You're going to call yourself a true crime documentarian or a true crime you better be covering the facts. And if you're a journalist covering a story as serious as allegations of Colleen Ballinger, you better not be bringing any creativity into it. You better just be.
That's a good point that I haven't thought of yet.
So anyway, but I deflect. Let me get back to.
And if you think about any other article that's been written, especially, like, not even like big publications, like small publications, they're not adding room for, song and dance. They're just saying the facts. And all of them aren't even giving their opinion on it because it's such a serious situation.
Andrew Quintana. Let's read his about on his website. I am a writer, educator.
People keep saying to me about this. Before Peter gets to this, what's his mission statement? Andrew Quintana. And don't worry, Mom, if you're watching, I'm not going to say anything bad. Andrew Quintana website. Let me look at this. Mom, I know you're watching. I'm not going to say anything bad. I just want to read what his mission statement is. How did I find his website? Andrew Quintana website. Where is it? Can someone send it to me on Discord or something? I can't find it. I just want to know what his mission statement is. Can someone send it? See, by the way, this was why I created... Oh, people sent it. This is why I created in the Discord the Twitch stream, so if people also want to chat in there. Okay, thank you for sending me... All right. Oh, the first thing you see when you go on his website is the article. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, love it. All right, about. I'm a writer, educator, and performer... clearly, working in Los Angeles. I attended here where I received my MFA in nonfiction writing. I'm currently receiving my master's at blah, 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 blah. By the way, this is on his website. I do not want to hear that bullshit of, why are you putting this information out there? Don't start me with this bullshit. This is on his public website. I'm so over people being like, you're putting his private information. Bitch, this is on his website. Shut the fuck up. I'm passionate about teaching adolescents how to write great literature. Ooh, it's so hard not to make snarky comments right now. And write essays which reflect an authentic engagement of the world. Ooh, so hard not to say something right now. So hard. So difficult. So difficult, but I won't. Struggling to not say something very rude, but I can't. I can't.
Scary. Performer working in Los Angeles. I attended the Bennington Writing Seminars where I received my MFA in nonfiction writing. I'm currently receiving my master's at the Pepperdine School of Education to teach English literature in LA secondary schools. The video stopped. I'm currently working on my first book of coming of
The ghost of Andrew Quintana.
age tragic comic essays, Confessions of a Plus One. It's about my adventures on the sidelines of celebrity culture as my husband thrives as a Hollywood journalist and I try and succeed to discover where I belong. Think David Sedaris, me Steve Babbitt. I love to perform my work around.
Why is the husband such a focus in his like professional thing?
Venues in Los Angeles and for my family members. I'm currently working on my first book of coming of age tragic comic essays, Confessions of a Plus One. Does that somewhat sound like maybe something Colleen Ballinger would have done with
Andrew Quintana be like, I'm coming out with my first book.
Miranda Sings? Could he, in fact, be a Miranda Sings, Colleen Ballinger superfan? He's 23 years old. He fits the age demographic, okay? Needless to say, he didn't do his research, and we're going to get into that, okay? So now let's go through this piss-ass article, all right? And I know that I am at the 30-minute mark, but just bear with me. Trust me, this is going to get good. I've got some things to say, okay?
Peter, it's
now,
already been
the
good.
article down, which they haven't done yet. I screenshot the entire article. How the Miranda Sings, Colleen Ballinger scandal went off the rails. Well, the way that it went off the rails was that victims came out. Cody Rants came out, and they...
Cody Tyler. Boo! Boo!
Shared their story. Adam McIntyre made a response to that. You didn't include that information in your article. You didn't say anything about Cody Tyler whatsoever, or the fact that they were the ones that had initiated all this.
Normally, I enjoy Cody Tyler like Erasure, but in this instance, it's important to include the Beast.
Put it on Adam McIntyre and said that Adam McIntyre, like he does many times, came out with a video bashing Colleen Ballinger. That was pretty much what you insinuated in your video. You didn't talk about how this all started. You didn't do your research. I think you knew, okay, just like Manny and Laura knew the history of all this, but you chose not to include it because your piece is misleading and coercive, all right? It's disgusting is what it is. And you should be ashamed of yourself. That's how it went off the rails, okay? It went off the rails because the victims came out and shared their stories, and there are people out there that are still defending it. It's weird. So it goes in, talks about Colleen Ballinger, explains who she is, and she's had such success and earned a Ballinger Netflix series, which got canceled, sold out live shows, and most recently, rapidly intensifying controversy. Like late last month, Rolling Stone published a story alleging that Ballinger had engaged, and this is important, okay, in inappropriate behavior with underage fans. The magazine verified screenshots of texts in which Ballinger asked a minor about their virginity status and their favorite sexual position. Seriously, not jokingly, okay? She also asked them to send pictures of their body, which if you go in and you look at grooming definitions, all this is what it is, okay? However inappropriate her alleged behavior was, the article clarified that no sexual crime had been committed and that...
I harp on about this, but the fact that the article is like, Colleen Ballinger was asking fans, like, these sexual things, and then 2 sentences later it goes, we have not verified that Colleen Ballinger said anything sexual. That graduation may be fresh, but it's clearly not working.
No evidence and review even hinted at the possibility that Ballinger had intended to start a sexual relationship with a child. Well, that's not the only definition of grooming or predatorial behavior, and if you did your research like I did in 20 minutes of reading articles online today, in the statistical research and the definition of online grooming and predatorial behavior, what you would know is that you don't necessarily have to want to start a sexual relationship, okay? There's a lot of things leading up to that also are included in those definitions, but you didn't do your research, so you're minimizing the allegations of Colleen Ballinger. Okay, fine, you just want to stand by that? All right. To those steeped in the world of YouTube fandom and chaotic shapeshifting, I mean, he is so ate up with what he thinks he's such a great...
Can I also let you know something that How did you move? Can I let you know something that happened? So, for the articles that were happening, a lot of the articles were being written for many weeks, right? And specifically, I remember the journalist who wrote, I think it was the Daily Beast article, Laura Bradley, I think is their name. There was one day where I went to London Zoo and Laura called me on the phone and literally I was walking around the zoo. This goes to show you how like devoted I was to if people wanted shit, I would give it to them. Did the article end up coming out? I think it did. Daily Beast, Colleen Ballinger. Yes, it did. So this article, oh wait, this wasn't the person who wrote the article. Oh, this is a different article. Oh, there's two. This one, YouTuber Colleen Ballinger can't sing her way out of the allegations, which is a good title. The journalist who wrote this, oh, it's behind a paywall. The journalist who wrote this called me whenever I was at the zoo. This is a while ago, and was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hi, I'm at the zoo." And they were like, "We want to start verifying screenshots. We need access to everything." And you know what I did? Gave access to everything. You know what I did? Sent all the folders. Sent the unscreenshot or the unedited screenshots, as in like no blurred. You know, the people that were in weenies. Nothing was blurred. Nothing was cropped. Nothing was like meshes on meshes. I sent the entire folder. You know the kind of person that sends the entire folder of hundreds of screenshots? You know that kind of person? A person who has nothing to hide. So when journalists say verified screenshots, it means they fucking happened and they verified them.
Writer. Okay.
Shout out Laura Bradley.
Yeah, I had a blog back in the day too. I thought I was a pretty fantastic writer. Then he comes out
and by the way, Laura Bradley also reached out to a shit ton of the members of the Weenies to make sure that, and asked them for things, and then they sent things. Then they verified further by being like, multiple people are sending me all the same screenshots, cross-verified the screenshots, cross-interviewed all of us on the screenshots. That is how you verify screenshots, motherfucker. If you want to, you can. If you want to, you can. If there's a will, there's a way, and just fucking ask.
The Huffington Post published its own investigative report. Her fans said she groomed them as teens, and he puts all this in quotes, right? Okay. In the ensuing weeks, Ballinger will be accused of everything for... Okay, now he references this twice, which tells me that he's working with the attorneys at Colleen Ballinger.
And by the way, he says unverified screenshots. If he had reached out to me for comment, we could have verified them.
Because he doesn't address really many of the allegations, talk about the specifics. He doesn't talk about all the other allegations that come out about Colleen Ballinger. He talks about this incident twice. Okay?
The blackface.
In the ensuing weeks, Ballinger will be accused of everything performing a Beyonce song in blackface, as Miranda sings, to texting a sex worker's nude photo to a minor sex worker, Trisha Paytas. Ballinger's legal team has denied she performed in blackface, saying she was wearing...
But they don't deny that she sent fucking Trisha's sex photos.
Green face paint for a prior cover of the song from Wicked. He comes out again later and discusses this again. Why? Because it's a deflection tactic off of the main issues, okay? And it goes on. When reached for comment, Ballinger's lawyer replied in an email that Vanity Fair's inquiries were...
Why didn't I get an email?
...the baseless and substantiated claims that other media outlets and individuals in social media have reported previously. Now, this is put in there... He effed up, okay? Because he didn't reach out to Adam McIntyre or the other victims, all right? But he did reach out to Colleen Ballinger, so it's a biased article. But he thought he was going to include this in there to show that Colleen Ballinger's attorneys weren't siding with this article.
You know what's crazy? How much I've been, like, manically checking my social media DMs and emails since all of this happened, so there's no magazine or anything that can like say that I didn't respond to comment. And the only one I didn't respond to comment was NBC News, and the only reason was because I was having a really bad day, and I was like, you know what, I've already said everything. But everyone else I reached out to, or that reached out to me, I gave them a comment. So they could have reached out to me and I would have had a comment within minutes.
But it backfired on him, because what you really showed was that you were biased, and you reached out to Colleen for an article, but you didn't reach out to anybody else, okay?
Yup.
The reality of some of these claims, and in turn the broader narrative around Ballinger, remains murky, and it goes on, talks about her family and other allegations. I'm not going to read all this. Talks about diving drama unfolding between Ballinger and her former fan, Adam McIntyre, a then 17-year-old Brighton, England. Okay, so you're talking about, you referenced it here in your own article, somebody that was, at the time, 17 years old when he came out with his own video. He was 14, 15, 16, 17 when all this occurred, and you didn't think it was important to reach out to him for a statement? A minor that was having major...
And knew her from the time I was 9, by the way, but they focused so heavily on speaking out at 17, but you ignored ages 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16... A lot happens within those years. No. You don't want to talk about that.
Allegations, and then you want to shame him? He was an inspired influencer himself, making sweet, low-takes YouTube content. He's 2 years younger than you, by the way, okay?
That's such a good point, how condescending the article is to me about my age, and this motherfucker isn't even that much older than me.
June 22nd, McIntyre posted a video to his channel titled, Colleen Ballinger Stop Lying. This is the video from 2 years ago, okay? In it, McIntyre told several seemingly unrelated stories, which he then goes in to try to discredit Adam by showing that his video had no cohesiveness to it whatsoever. Well, neither does your article, sweetheart, okay?
Ooh!
So then it goes on and he talks about he just downgraded Adam, and I'm not going to play into that. I'm not going to read it for you. Y'all have to go find it yourself, because I'm not going to discredit Adam in my video like he did on here, okay? It might sound strange to hear that Ballinger has put a fan in charge of her character's Twitter to begin with, but that access went in line with public image. And what he's talking about is here where it says... about Adam having access to Colleen Ballinger's Twitter for one day. Ballinger says he only had access to her account for one day and that if all went well, she had planned to hire him formally. You were going to hire a minor at 15, 16 years old to run your Twitter for you? People don't think this is weird.
And work for basically 4 years unpaid.
Weird, okay? You are a YouTuber, a Netflix star that he's put in here, an author, a best-selling author that goes on tour around the world, and you were going to hire a minor to run your Twitter, and people don't think this is weird, okay, that you were developing these kind of relationships? Because people haven't read online from many organizations protecting children the definitions of grooming and predatory behavior and how these people use power to develop their relationships. And that's exactly what she did. The fact that she even thought about putting Adam McIntyre as a minor in charge of her Twitter shows you how misled this woman was, okay? Unless she had the emotional development at that time, and still does, of a 14-year-old, okay? Which I'm not saying she doesn't, but that doesn't excuse her behavior.
True.
Then came the YouTube response to McIntyre's YouTube accusation, a classic back and forth. If the names James Charles and Tati Westbrook mean...
That really bothers me. Then the response to McIntyre came, a social media back and forth, implying that public opinion swayed between Colleen and me like a pendulum for years, which is not the truth. I was bullied off the internet after she responded, and I had like this size of a platform. There was no back and forth, so now we're just lying.
Mean anything to you, you get the idea. Baby, this wasn't the time to mention those two, okay? James Charles, he's going down right now. People are coming for that article, and you just aligned yourself with that by throwing those out there, showing that you know, okay? Are you and Gabrielle Bluestone good Judies or something like that? Because y'all write the same way in defense of predators. Ballinger, 33, at the time of her response to a teenager, posted a classic apology video, and he goes on here to talk about the screenshots and blah, blah, blah. She goes, Ballinger explained that McIntyre had asked for the article of clothing, according to her, this is in the video. He'd even send photos of himself jokingly posing, okay, on and on and on. You don't mention the fact that she edited the video. Okay, or she edited the video where she and her friend Corey were sitting around talking about how that she uses evidence to back herself up of whether or not she should send it to him. You didn't talk about that whatsoever, did you? I know you victim shamed Adam McIntyre in this video, but you didn't even have the decency to reach out to him as a journalist for a hard-hitting magazine reporting like Vanity Fair. It's disgusting, is what it is. Okay, public opinion, or at least YouTube fandom, sway back toward Ballinger. He plays it up like for the last 4 years, Colleen Ballinger is going through hell with all these allegations. That's not true. Adam McIntyre was the one that hugely received backlash as a result of him putting out the story years ago, okay? So let's not get it twisted and act like Colleen Ballinger has been suffering for 4 years. She was working behind the scenes, okay? Cody Reyes, who you didn't even mention in your article, explained that and said that they had a relationship with Colleen Ballinger and that Colleen Ballinger was working behind the scenes. Adam McIntyre has proven that just last night in tweets, or in Instagram stories and tweets, which I'm going to read to you in just a second, that Colleen Ballinger was asking people, has Adam McIntyre been talking about coming for me behind the scenes?
Yup. There's more proof of Colleen Ballinger talking bad about me than me talking bad about her.
Colleen Ballinger was painting a very dark picture of Adam McIntyre behind the scenes. Let's not play it like Colleen Ballinger has been suffering. This has been going back and forth for 4 years. It's not accurate. It's not accurate at all, okay? And then talks about the Ballinger family and that Adam switched his vendetta, who he was coming after, and that was the Ballinger family, okay?
Bitch! My channel is talking about things that are happening in the online world that I'm passionate about. If the Ballinger family are pissing me off, I'm gonna talk about them. If Shane Dawson pisses me off, I'm gonna talk about him.
Whatever. And then goes in here because at the meanwhile...
And by the way, they use against me that I made a video against the Ballinger family for exploiting their kids on YouTube, and somehow they try to frame it as like I was evil for making that. Andrew Quintana, fuck off. I stand behind any video I make that is calling out family channels, and any video I made calling out exploiters of children. Fuck off.
Ballinger continued to work on YouTube channel that was far from her Miranda Sings satire. Colleen Vlogs offered wholesome lifestyle content about her kids. Are you kidding me?
Oh! The part in the article I'm really focusing on behind the scenes is the fact that I am being painted as an evil villain who watches her every move on YouTube, and that's my sole purpose. And meanwhile, she was just living, learning, loving, wholesome content. Oh, shut the fuck up, Andrew Quintana. Go fuck yourself.
Battery guy. Do you know how many people have criticized Colleen Ballinger for using her kids as props in her family vlogs? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you even know? Have you even done any of your research on how family channels and family vlogs are criticized greatly for using their kids in videos? Unbelievable to me, okay? Wholesome lifestyle content. Give me a break. For years, this drama was very insular, and it probably should have stayed that way. But on June 7th, McIntyre posted an anti-Ballinger video.
Cody started it. Liar, 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 liar. Hold on, Bonnie looks really cute right now. Liar, Cody started it. Good morning. Good morning. Uh-oh, I've awoken Dolly. Uh-oh. Cody started it, not me. But, of course, why would you include that?
As he does so every so often. No, Cody came out with their video, and then he responded to it. Do your research if you're going to put an article out to millions of people.
Yep.
This one was titled, My Relationship with Colleen Ballinger. He had new details he claimed describing. He still has new details coming out. You going to revamp your article because you got everything wrong? This line set in motion yet another stream of blowback.
Dolly, back up. Come on. Good girl. Sit. 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 Shh. Streaming time. Shh.
Ballinger, but this time the word grooming captured the attention of the mainstream press as well. This is the part that I was just disgusted about, okay? The substance of Ballinger's alleged grooming has not gone beyond what McIntyre has described in his videos or what a few other fans alleged thereafter. It has not been interrogated by media outlets reporting on the controversy either. Huffington Post published allegations of grooming that flexibly employ the term, I want you to listen, this is very important, flexibly employ the term in a fashion not unlike how it's weaponized in right-wing circles against LGBT plus people. The described behavior does not approach the sexual exploitation or abuse of the actual definition of grooming indicates, okay? And he has it linked in here to an article. I can tell you right now, I have read many articles about grooming and predatory behavior from institutions, okay, that this is what they do, okay, to protect children and minors.
Don't laugh. I was not laughing. I'm doing a face of, like, fucking hell.
Or inaccurate in your statement, and I am absolutely disgusted with the fact that you are part of the LGBT community and that you are using this as a defense. So let me read to you about this, okay? Speaking of negligent, comparing media's treatment of the Colleen allegations to grooming allegations of the LGBT plus community is inaccurate.
Oh, okay, sorry,
and
Marie.
disgusting. And as a member of the LGBT plus community, you are playing into the stigma by minimizing her actions and using those comparisons. I know you're 23 years old, and this gets me so heated, okay? I know you're 23 and maybe you don't know your LGBT plus history, okay? But many of us fought for your rights, including myself as a 51-year-old proud gay married man, okay? I fought for your rights to get married. I fought for your rights, okay? You, at the time, were 15 years old when I got married legally in Indiana before they took away our rights, and we had to fight for them, all right? So don't sing me a tune about how you want to compare the allegations of Colleen Ballinger to the allegations that people want to say that gay men are pedophiles, okay? What you are doing is you are furthering the stigma of the LGBT community and making us look really bad as a member of the LGBT community, comparing these two allegations. Do you even realize the implications of what you have done? I mean, it's disgusting. Yes, I'm losing my voice. I'm so disgusted by this, you know? You were 15 when my husband and I fought and got married legally, okay? We were the front of USA Today. I was proud of that moment. It was something that we fought hard for, okay? And we are legally married, and you are legally married because of the work that we did. You were 15 years old at the time. My husband was the first gay Venezuelan to be married in the state of Indiana. Know your effing history, okay? Go back and write and read, okay, about, all the people in the history at Stonewall and ACT UP riots, okay? And, the Gay and Lesbian New York Violence Foundation and all the people that you haven't done your research on. Go back and look at the AIDS crisis. Go back and look at the people that fought for your rights. To sit here and say, okay, to add to the stigma, okay, that these allegations and the treatment of these allegations of Colleen Ballinger with factual evidence that she was having inappropriate predatory conversations with minors is even similar to the treatment of gay men being compared to pedophiles. You are disgusting, okay? Disgusting. And that is my personal opinion of a public persona, which you are, okay? Writing a book and being in Vanity Fair, so I can have that opinion. You have done us no favors, know your history, and don't use what people have done to us to weaponize it as a defense against Colleen Ballinger having inappropriate conversations and manipulating minors. Do you even realize what you did? It's disgusting. I'm so disgusted with all this, okay?
I mean, first and foremost, hold on, because Dolly was playing with Bonnie. Do you want to sit upright, baby? There you go. First and foremost, wow. Literally, first and foremost, wow. Jesus. First and foremost, just wow. That I literally don't have anything else to add to that. Peter said everything other than wow, and how disgusting it is that a member of the LGBTQ plus community is using a stigma against the LGBTQ plus community to get Grimleen Ballinger out of a scandal. I think it's so fucking disgusting.
Can't. You left out information which is misleading to the reader. For example, Cody being the one that brought this back up when they're being involved with Colleen behind the scenes as a grown adult and alone in group chats talking to minors and writing fan fiction. Didn't mention any of that, okay?
Yep.
Colleen knew this and made them one of their closest allies, an adult that was writing fan fiction about these minors. That's who Colleen made one of her closest allies, okay? And was talking behind the scenes about Adam McIntyre. But you left that part out. There was factual evidence.
God, that is such a point that I don't see people focusing on enough. That Colleen befriended Cody after Cody wrote the fan fictions that were centered around, like, minors and minors' names and stuff like that.
Prove this, okay? You got all your facts wrong. You didn't share pertinent information. It's misleading, it's coercive, and it's negligent, okay, at best. So, past this article, I have some things to say, and I want to address Colleen Ballinger, because I'm sure that Colleen Ballinger is probably watching all these videos, even though she's acting like she's not. That's what they all say. Jaclyn Hill, I don't watch drama videos, and she comes out and says she watched all these drama videos. You know, all these people say they don't watch drama videos, and then they later told me, oh, I watched all the videos. Shane Dawson used to say he watched all the videos. Trisha Paytas said she watched all the videos. They all of them watch all the videos. Okay, so Colleen, this is for you. Instead of all these parlor games that you keep on playing, okay, let me give you some advice. Let me give you some good advice that you need to listen to. You retain this ridiculously expensive attorney that will add to a long list of he will add you as a long list of problematic people that he has defended. I'll give you some free, very valuable advice, but I'm going to say some things that I don't think that people are going to really like, and I just think that I need to get it out, okay? You hire...
First of all, people are saying to me, is Cody on Colleen's Wikipedia? Why is Cody on Colleen's Wikipedia? Colleen Ballinger, Wikipedia. Why is Cody on the Wikipedia? What do you mean? Accusations of... Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. In April, Adam McIntyre enlisted... Oh, okay, so they've added this to Wikipedia. Oh, there you are, Cody. There you are, Cody. Congratulations, you got your little moment. Woohoo! Look at this. Even Wikipedia is putting it down in print that Cody was the one that started this. Isn't that crazy? Even Wikipedia is putting it down in print that in June 2023, YouTuber Cody Tyler posted a video starting it all. Isn't that fucking crazy that even Wikipedia has gotten that correct? That is fucking crazy.
Defense attorney to defend you, okay? Because you were afraid. Now, let's get this clear. She hired a criminal defense attorney, okay? She didn't hire an attorney to sue these people. And all these people are like, oh, she's going to sue Adam, she's going to sue these. No, she hired a criminal defense attorney to defend her against any of these allegations that would come out, okay? That was why she hired this criminal defense attorney. So for all of you people out there that are saying that Colleen Ballinger didn't do anything and she's just a loser, okay, she hired one of the most expensive criminal defense attorneys to defend her against these allegations. He's a defense attorney, okay? He's not a PR person.
We talked about this in a video. That's why I'm kind of just saying
He's a defense attorney. And right now, she's spending all of her hard-earned money on him defending allegations like the Beyonce song and all this other nonsense because he can't defend her against these allegations. Why? Because there's factual evidence. If he could come out and defend her against it, he would have. But he hasn't yet, okay? Why? Because anything that he says is going to make her look worse.
Not slandry. That was a good one, chat.
That's the truth, okay?
That was a good one, chat.
That's the truth right there.
Slandry.
You'd have hired a defense attorney to get you out of this because you know that you were afraid. You need to just get rid of this man, okay? Because I'm going to give you some very valuable free advice. And this is something that we don't want to talk about, but I think everybody knows this at this point, right? If anyone were going to come out and sue you or press charges, it would have happened at this point. We know that, okay? As sad as it is, we know that, okay? Unless there are further allegations that are going to come out that are more damning, that you're aware of, Colleen, that we're not aware of yet, unless that's the case, and there is more damning evidence that could really put a nail in your coffin that we're not aware of yet, that then there will be police on your doorstep or people pressing charges. But at this point, that's not what's going on, okay? So if that's the case, and nobody's pressing charges, which I have to believe, and I'll be very honest with you, and having looked into these cases in the past and things like that, it's very, very expensive, okay? A court case like this, and I've talked to attorneys about this specific situation, and if they were to sue, and what they've told me is, it would be very, very expensive, very time-consuming. It could go on for 5 to 10 years.
Slandry.
You're talking about these people, and I think these people just want to move on from this, okay? They don't have the financial backing to do this. Even if Ethan Klein wants to come out and say that he's going to, if she sues him, that she's going to, you know, whatever, okay? these people are not, they don't have the financial backing to do that. And I think that's really nice that Ethan Klein said that he was going to start a GoFundMe for these people. I think that's fabulous. I mean, it's not, we should all do that if that happens, right? Okay, but the reality is these people do not have the financial backing to sue Colleen Ballinger and have 5 to 10 years of their life to give away to these. They don't, okay? But they do have the power to share their stories on public forums. And this is the court of public opinion, right? And although you may never be tried in a courtroom, you are being tried in the court of public opinion. And it's not on your side, Colleen, not at all, okay? And it probably will not be, no matter how hard many of these stunts you pull, no matter how hard you try, the public opinion will probably never be on your side, okay? Because the more that comes out, the more the fans dwindle away, okay, from you. And if you're not a groomer and you're just a loser, like you say, just come out and deal with this appropriately.
True.
You know? And not with a musical instrument. Deal with it appropriately, okay? So just come out and address the situation appropriately. Apologize appropriately to the people that you hurt. Now, when I say this advice I'm giving her, I want y'all to know, I believe this is just the beginning of what should happen. I do believe that they should press charges. I do believe that they should file reports, and I do believe that they should sue her, okay? Period. End of story. But I don't know that that's going to happen, because a lot of these people are young, they don't have the financial resources for it, and they don't want to give away 10 to 15 years of their life fighting it out in a courtroom. Colleen Ballinger has millions upon millions of dollars. I think she's worth something like $15 or $20 million. She could never make another video for the rest of her life and be just fine, okay? You know, so to fight with somebody on that level that hired an attorney like this, it's going to be...
Chat, when we're listening to a serious part, you can't write things like Cody Kryler. Because it's making me giggle, and we're at a serious part of the video.
Uphill battle the whole way.
Stop.
They want that to be the rest of their youth. No, they want to move on from this traumatic experience and this pain, you know? You need to apologize to the people that you hurt. You need to come out and address it appropriately. You need to take responsibility. You need to get yourself into a lot of therapy because you're a really, really sick person. And if people didn't think that you were sick before, with all the evidence that's come out, the fact that you came out with a video and a ukulele singing a response to this, and I don't care what your intentions were to copyright strike people, allegedly, that you didn't do, or to whatever the intention was of singing that song with a ukulele, the fact that you thought there was anything appropriate about coming out and addressing this and putting lyrics that rhymed, that you had written and memorized, to a video addressing it and downplaying the seriousness of it, really shows how sick you are as a person, that you have literally no basis in reality whatsoever. And you need help. You need a lot of help, okay? That video alone proves how much help you need. Period, okay? And you need lots of it. Focus on being a better person and working on yourself.
True.
And get the fuck off the internet. You need to be done, okay? You need to delete your YouTube channels. You need to delete your Instagram. You need to delete your Twitter, okay? Like Cody or Good Judy did, you need to deplatform yourself, okay? Not wait for it to happen, not wait for YouTube to take action or Netflix or these people. You need to deplatform yourself, and I think that alone would send a message that you got how serious this was, okay? That you understood how serious this was. That's on you. You could do that. You could take down all your channels. Or is the money more important to you? Or is the opportunity of possibly coming back to you? Or is it that you don't think that you did anything wrong? Well, then why don't you come out and address it? If you didn't do anything wrong, come out and address it appropriately. Sit down in a video, talk to people, and say, you guys don't think I did anything wrong?
This is a great point. Like, if you think that you've done nothing wrong, come out and say it. Come out and say it. Come out and say it. Yeah, when will Ethan Klein do, like, a crowdfunding for Cody's new laptop? You're right. Let's talk about that. Let's have that conversation. Why does Ethan want to do a crowdfunding for a lawsuit and not do one for Cody to get a new laptop? Have we ever considered this?
And all these people keep on saying this kind of stuff, you know, and I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not going to say with a ukulele, I just didn't do anything wrong, and here, let me read you the tweets, let me read you what I meant about him, you know, let me read you the context of it, you know, I did that 4 years ago in a video. Colleen Ballinger can't come out and do it about, okay, well, what's the problem, Colleen? What are you afraid of, okay? So, you're either leaving your channels up and all this stuff up, okay, because you think that there's a possibility of a return, which is ridiculous if you think that's the case, that you're never going to not be bombarded with negative comments and hate comments, okay, from people throwing in your face allegations if you don't address it, all right? Or you're leaving them up for money. But deplatforming yourself, coming out with an apology, and then deplatforming your apology to the people that you hurt and deplatforming yourself, I think would be a beginning of a move in the right direction, okay? Your time here is done, all right? Stop with all the shenanigans. This is ridiculous. Of coming out and addressing the Beyonce and all that kind of stuff. Stop with the nonsense.
This video is so good. I honestly think this is one of Peter Monn's best videos. Adam, you're blinking a lot. Can I do anything? I think this video is really, really, really good.
Please allow, this is the grace that you could give these people that you have hurt for years, which no matter what anybody wants to say and how we want to define it, if you want to define it as predatory behavior, grooming, or if you want to define it as inappropriate conversations with minors or that manipulation of minors, however you want to define it, okay? I think we can all agree that she hurt some people. She hurt people
Yeah,
that she took
at a
advantage
bare
of, okay?
minimum.
This was not people making mountains out of molehills, okay? This was molehills. This was her manipulating people that were much younger than her. She knew what she was doing, okay? So she hurt people. The least that you could do is allow these people the grace to be able to move through their pain and enjoy the rest of their lives, okay? You have
Just
control of that.
accountability.
You're the one that's keeping this going by not coming out and responding to it appropriately.
Accountability.
So at least allow the people that you've hurt to to have some grace and move on from this. You've made enough money in your life to live happily for the rest of your life, okay? Period. You don't have to make any more money. Work on yourself deeply with lots of therapists and walk away. Just walk away, okay? Do the right thing. For once, just do the right thing. Because otherwise, this is never going to work out well for you, and this is never going to work in your favor. This is how you find grace for your victims. This is how you find grace for the people that you've hurt, okay? By owning it and then walking away. I mean, unless you want to take a train. But what do I know? Anyway, let me know what you think about...
Not him ending it with, unless you want to take a train. I mean, bruh. I thought this was a classy party. Dolly. Licking her lips? I mean, literally. Oh, okay, wait. That. She went like this. Really, Queen? Whatever happened to class? You're broadcasting live right now. Whatever happened to class? Integrity. Elegance. Why is she just staring at me? Her watching. You watching? Are you watching? Are you watching? Bonk. Anyway. Oh no, girl. Back up. Back up. Up, up, up. Thank you, Queen. Uh-oh. I've awakened the beast. It's still quiet time. It's still quiet time, girl. Girl, it is quiet time. It's still quiet time. It is still quiet time. It's quiet time. It's still quiet time, mama. Okay, but really quickly, come here. Up. Up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you just wanted cuddles. Okay. Okay. You just want to... Stop moving the mic out of the way. All right. All right. Okay, well, I thought this was a great article, or great video from Peter. I thought it was really, really... Look at Bonnie just staring. I thought it was really, really, really good. I just think that he hit every marker, and the research he did just kind of, like, showed everything that this journalist did up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, completely exposed that he did it for the wrong reasons, and it was incredibly unethical, and... Stop. It was incredibly unethical, and just... I think my main takeaway from the video is, like, how did you just graduate in 20... Look at her putting her arms around me. She does this a lot. How did you just graduate in 2023 and you have an she's realized there's a camera, and you have an article in Vanity Fair, and you just graduated this year, and it's an article of such... And it's an article of such serious things. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's very, very, very weird. Anyway, shout out Peter. Sending you so much love. And yeah. Girl, not you hijacking the stream. Stop. Stop. Okay, we need to go back again, right? Can we go back? We say goodbye to everyone. Can we say goodbye to everyone? Okay, because we need to go back in the bed. If I put you down, will you jump back in the bed? Down. Up here. Sit. Good girl. So yeah, I thought that was really, really, really good.